How do you notify HMRC that you are leaving the UK? If you leave the UK, you are obliged to let HMRC know that you are leaving. And that can be done in one of two ways. So if you are not currently within the self-assessment tax system and you will have no reason to be within the self-assessment tax system upon your departure from the UK, you can let HMRC know that you are breaking UK tax residence by filing something called a Form P85. The Form P85 asks you a series of questions that is designed to get HMRC to understand what your UK tax residence position will be. Not only do you have to notify HMRC that you're leaving the UK by submitting this Form P85, however, you can also use the P85 form to claim a refund on any overpaid taxes. The reason that you may have overpaid taxes is that if you were to leave the UK maybe 6 months through the year, the way that an employment payroll works is that you would have utilised only 6 months worth of your personal allowance, 6 months worth of any 20% or 40% tax brackets. So if you leave the UK midway through the year, having been employed for a period of the year, then you will have overpaid taxes, and by submitting a Form P85 to HMRC, you can ask HMRC to reconcile your situation and to provide you with a refund of these taxes. HMRC will usually take about 3 months to process this form for you. If, however, you are within the self-assessment tax return system and HMRC will be expecting a tax return from you, then whilst you can submit a Form P85, and there may be merit in you for submitting that form if you are remaining on a UK payroll and relocating outside of the UK with your existing employer, you don't notify HMRC, or they won't expect you to notify HMRC by means of this form. What you will need to do instead is complete your self-assessment tax return at the end of the year and make sure that you are completing your residency pages. When you fill in the residency pages, you will let HMRC know that you're leaving the UK. Generally that happens to be midway through the year, and usually that would mean that split year treatment would be available. So you would need to fill in your form to alert HMRC to that position. If you are leaving the UK and once you've left the UK you won't have ongoing sources of income, not only will you need to file a tax return in the year of your departure, but you'll probably also need to let HMRC know that you won't need to file tax returns in the future. If, however, you maybe will be renting out your UK property whilst you are living outside of the UK, you would need to remain within the tax return system and continue to file tax returns on an annual basis, each time making sure that you're completing the residency pages to let HMRC know that you're non-resident. If you need help with any of that, then please do let us know at LSR Partners and we'd be happy to help.